Hello, everybody, and welcome to the race weekend. I'm your host, Stevie Wana, and I'm here with Thomas.
Hello, guys.
We are here in Abu Dhabi, and it's raining in qualifying. This is round 6 of the Champions Series Season 4, and it's raining.
It's raining. Absolutely.
I still can't
I don't think
believe
we've
it.
ever seen a race.
I don't think
where
I've
it's
ever
raining
seen
in Abu
rain
Dhabi.
in Abu Dhabi.
No, I don't think so either. I mean, it must be one of those periods where they are putting some like made-up clouds in the air, right?
Made up
I heard that
clouds.
is.
Yeah.
No. I heard that is something in Abu Dhabi where they're like they don't have rain, so they need to do something about the
Oh,
grass
so
and the desert and all
they
yeah,
force
they
it.
do. Yeah, so they're making clouds in a factory. I don't know, and then they're putting them
In a
above the
factory?
Abu. Yeah, I don't know where they make the clouds, but they make clouds, and then they're dropping rain all over Abu Dhabi. And it's like 4 or 5 days in a year. It's crazy.
Interesting. You're lying to me. I think you're playing like...
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. No, look it up. Look it up. I'll even find you the name of it. Hold up.
I believe you. It sounds correct. It looks like they're going to be going on inters though, so that's upside. I'm trying to get the... There we go. There we go.
So
You know you
apparently
can't...
It's called cloud seeding.
Cloud seeding.
Yeah.
Interesting. Raining in the desert, baby. Not realistic.
Yeah, the camels will not be happy about that.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's raining
Maybe.
actually pretty hard too. Like it's not... And Abu Dhabi is not a place that really rains at all. Like at least in Baku, it's somewhat believable because it does rain in Baku. But here in Abu Dhabi, very interesting. At least our qualifying is going to be interesting. I don't know if I really want rain in the race, but you know, you could tell when there's rain coming down, not just by the rain, but that every driver is pretty much out there and they're just going to do a bunch of laps.
Yeah, true. You know
So
what
the
the
real-
problem is
Yep.
with rain in a race is that the drivers are not expecting rain in Abu Dhabi, so they probably don't have a good setup for the rain. They don't know how to race in Abu Dhabi when it's raining because nobody has actually done a race when it's raining in Abu Dhabi, so it's going to cause a little bit of chaos maybe, but I'm not sure. I mean,
So the thing that's going to be fun about this qualifying is it will get slightly drier towards the end of this. So I think the last driver to come out and do a lap is going to have the best chance to get pole position.
that might be a good shot. I mean, it depends on whether. I mean, not really, because if it's drying up and it's still intermediate tires. I think, are you even faster when it's like drying up already but not dried up
Yeah.
yet for soft?
Well,
You're going on the intermediates.
It's projected at 70%, so it's still pretty wet. Like, I'm surprised it's actually this wet out here. It's
It's cloud
pretty
seeding,
wet
man.
out there.
It's cloud seeding.
Exactly. They chose today when it's a race. This is a rare event. I'm with Ghosty here. He's the first driver, I think, out for a fast lap.
Oh, I need to do the cheat sheet. Hold up.
Yeah, Scorpion.
Scorpion. Ah, there we go. Scorpion beater. Coming through turn 9. Actually, is it turn 9 or is it turn 10?
That is, I don't know. This whole track has no name.
Yeah, usually
It's the track with no name.
decide to go with corner numbers instead of corner names.
Yeah.
All the names of all the tracks.
Yeah.
Or from F1 tracks that I know from my own sports in school. I'm not gonna do that. 132.0.
Okay, here we go. Now we're starting. We have Renzo going second fastest, Super going third. So 133, that's the benchmark. Nope, never mind, 132. And we have Miller
Oh,
going 132 flat almost. And we have Thomas there going into P2. Here we go. At least we're setting benchmarks. I think these are just benchmarks. They will improve.
Miller 9/10 up P2. That is crazy.
That's a crazy lap. He's trying to prove that he is fast in the rain. All right, Cookie looks like he needs a re-invite. You can send an invite to him. All right, Landon there goes second fastest with a 132.681. So I gotta bring the volume just a little bit down for me. I feel like I'm yelling over here. MacT goes into P4 with Aguilera taking P3. So the 132s, we're seeing that 132.002 is actually looking pretty strong here with nobody beating it and nobody really that close. Still 5/10 off.
Yeah, and still a lot of drivers have to put a competitive lap.
A banker lap in, yeah.
Both the Mercedes drivers with the 135.9 and the 137.0, and then we've got the Ferrari driver with the 137. Those laps are definitely not going to be their qualifying laps, I think. So those guys will probably need to improve a little bit more here through this qualifying session. Still 12 minutes on the board. Still a lot of time for those guys to come to the line again, come into pits maybe, put on some new tires, and go out again to the competitive level.
Yep, exactly. I think some of these guys probably fuel loaded a little bit heavier as well, as you can do more than one hot lap when it comes to the inters.
Yeah, the inters. I mean, that is also something we might be seeing in the race. People come into the pits 1 or 2 times because their tires are going to be gone. And the interesting thing about rain and just rain in general in racing is that it overheats. I mean, if you take dry line, it overheats your tires, so you need to use the rain to your advantage, trying to seek the wet spots on the track, trying to cool down your tires, and that's really something that these drivers will be looking forward to do.
Yeah, and Medi goes into P8 there with the 132.9. And we can actually see there Nikolai, who was right next to his teammate William, they've separated themselves. So this is a pretty tight pack right now. I'm curious to see if that stays that way going into the next few laps as well, because I think it looks like a bunch of these drivers are just doing a bunch of laps on the same tire, and they'll maybe go in for one more lap on fresh inters near the end of this. So
just on board with Elko here.
Okay. It's probably not a bad choice. Yeah, looks like he's on a hot lap. No, that's in lap now. I don't know if it might never have been
It was quite fast though.
Yeah, I mean he had some decent times posting, it looked like. It wasn't too crazy, but we have Aguilera again, injured frames, going pretty fast through sector 2. So gets a green sector 1 and then a purple sector 2. So this should be a pretty good lap. MacT goes into P2, 132.3.
Yeah, but this is a time that is going to come a little bit closer to Miller's time. Only 3/10 away, so I do tend to see a couple of guys. I mean, a couple of guys tend to keep a little more.
And there it is. Aguilera, 131.507. All right, and I'm going to try to get this invite really quick out to our driver, who showing up a bit late.
Oh.
The one that we were talking about, you know? Like, where is this guy?
McLaren driver? Was he McLaren? I'm not sure.
I don't see you on.
I'll talk about someone here on the lap already. Cookie. Romeo driver, a fast one coming through sector 1 into turn 5, that long left-hander kind of U-turn, and we've got that long straight. Abu Dhabi well known for its long straights, but the guys will not be able to use DRS here tonight, mainly because the DRS will be disabled when the rain is coming out of the sky. Coming into turn 6 and 7 at the moment, that little chicane, well known here in, I think it's Abu Dhabi. Usually we see a lot of guys make a move down the inside, round the outside, and then just go for a good exit coming through turn 7. We've got another DRS straight, and then we're heading into turn 9, of course. A long left-hander, which I said before. We might be
Are you watching William?
It's down the inside here. Sorry?
Are you watching William? Okay.
We're heading into sector 3, turn 11 and 12. Turn 12, kind of a 90 degrees corner, another 90 degrees corner, which is going to be turn 13, and another 90 degrees corner, which is going to be turn 14. Then we're heading into the last part of the track, and we don't tend to see a lot of moves there. Possibly a couple of desperate moves. I mean, from the races that I've commentated here in Abu Dhabi, a lot of guys move up the inside in turn 15.
Set your time. It's P10.
Yep, a 132.9. Not a bad lap at all. Not a bad lap at all.
Not a bad lap. It is your lap setter, so you're just trying to get a lap out, right? So it's not a bad one. All right, I sent you an invite, Hulk. There you go. All right. So 20th driver is here now.
Oh, a Miller
and there
with
it
another
is.
lap, 131.4. Improved by quite a bit of time, right ahead of Aguilera with about 10, 15 thousandths. So quite of a close gap
Not
there.
too bad, yeah. We have Kumar going on a hot lap, it looks like. And is Broken doing another hot lap? Might need to go back to him in a bit.
Track is getting faster with these guys.
It is. It's down to 72% from, I think we started around 70 or 80-ish, I believe. So, percent wetness or whatever that number is. Oh, this rain is not my business. It's the business. I don't think this rain is for any of these drivers. You guys did not expect this to happen. So it's definitely testing their ability to adapt.
Get when, oh, and there goes Kumar in the wall, and he has broken front wing. Oh,
it was the right spot to be. Oh, Miller. Oh, he didn't beat it. It looked like he was beating it, but or maybe I think my timing thing is delayed for some reason. I don't know what's going on there.
So coming across the line for the P3. Oh, and Elgo.
Oh, and then Elgo beats it. Here we go. Everybody's beating it. It's hard to try to be in the right spot. I think Thomas is on a decent lap as well. And we have Ghosty also on a decent lap, but I don't know where to be. This is the issue. I think they're near each other, so.
Oh, Thomas up by 6 tenths coming into sector 3.
Yeah, this is what I'm talking about. I think he's going to beat it. He's definitely beating his time. I wonder if he's going to beat the fastest lap.
More than 4 or 5 times in sector 3. I'm not sure if that's going to
You're right. Yeah, it's going to be a little bit too much.
Possible. I mean, sector 3 is that technical sector, so if you have a lot of grip on your tires because the track is getting less wet.
Sector 3 looks really dry.
Yeah. Oh, B3. Not bad.
B3? That's where you said too, right? So, not too bad. And Ghosty goes into P5 after that as well. That's the other driver I said. And we have William. We need to be on William. He just dropped a 18.711 through sector 1, which is the fastest, about a tenth faster. So the track is evolving. It is getting a little bit faster. William here getting the smallest toe here. I don't know if that really helped him at all though.
By 1.1 seconds.
Did he say 1.1? Oh, he needs to though. Yeah, purple sector 2. I think his track is drying out right now. It is drying out. I don't think he's going to be able to do... He's going to have to do a cooldown lap into another lap if he wants to do one more after this one.
Oh, he's coming in the pits? Oh!
He's coming in the pits. So he just wants to put fresh tires on. He was beating his time, but he probably knows that it's not going to be fast enough with how dry it is. And we should be with Landon here. Landon's going to be doing a lap. Does a rough first sector. I don't think he actually does this lap. Thomas goes fastest. A 31.302. Wow. I think he pits here. Yeah.
Yep.
He didn't do a good sector 1, so there's no real reason to finish that lap out. He's gonna have to come out pretty quick though, right? Like that's still really close.
Yeah, especially when it's raining. I mean, what is a good lap here in Abu Dhabi? Like a 120
Yeah.
Yeah, so
I think
it's also 5 to 6 seconds slower, so you need to be out of the pits. But
yeah, I would say their out laps are probably 130 somethings, maybe 140s. But then it's raining, so it's probably maybe they can still do it in 140. It's gonna be cut it close. I made a great, just gotta get out there. Get out there quick. Just gotta get out there quick. A lot of drivers here on out laps.
oh, really a lot of
See if
people
they're gonna be able to do it.
Almost just invalidating this time.
Right. Hulk, do you need another invite? Is that what's going on? Did you see Hulk come in? A driver named Hulk? Oh, Miller is flying it. I think Miller's where to be.
Oh, but he's got a lot of traffic in front of him. Oh, there goes the upper left Ferrari. Oh!
It sounded like a Ferrari hit the wall, just trying to get out of the way. Oh, okay, he is in. He just probably can't do a lap, but you'll get that last seat when it comes in. But Miller here coming in. I don't think. Oh, it's a bit crowded. It is a bit crowded.
But the good thing is we'll get a little bit of foot. That is positive.
Yeah, a little bit. The real question is, this person yield after? Oh, this is looking good. The person in front?
Is that
I don't know who that is, but they're okay. They yielded out. Oh, that was a bit. It was hard to know where they were going, but they did get out of the way.
Yeah, the thing is, we also don't know whether their ERS is. I mean, from the point of Miller, right? If you're on his POV, you're seeing the lights blink in front of him. You would possibly think that he has no ERS there, but that doesn't make sense to qualify.
No, it'd be a yielding. There we go. 129.92. There is the standard here, and we should drop back with, I think, William here, because that is the person who's always done a rebuttal against him. But we actually have Renzo. Is Renzo closer to the front? No, he's behind him. It does look like Landon was able to get into it. Oh, maybe he didn't get it.
I think he crashed out. I think I saw him when I was going through the grid. I saw him being in the wall for some reason. I don't know if it was him or Boomer.
Yeah, but we have here William finishing out his lap. I'm not sure if Landon was able to get out. It doesn't look like he did. It doesn't look like he made it out. Made it across the line before it switched. I didn't have enough time. Yeah, it's a rough one. Trying to get that timing window.
Hey, at least you'll get a chance at coming from the midfield all the way to the race.
It's actually, we have Elgo there going into P2. Super also jumps the good. And William takes P2, so he does not beat him Who is still on an outlap? Who's on a fast lap right now? Aguilera's out there still. Broken actually goes even faster, 129.859. So secures it for now, but we have here Aguilera. He's going to be able to jump it. He does improve, gets into P2 there. Almost. And Miller with that 129. And I don't see anybody else on a lap.
I think Nikolai was the fast one. Oh, no.
Wow. No, he's not. Wow. Yeah. Oh, he tried softs.
Oh.
It was still 57%. It was still 57%. That's a lot. That's a lot of wetness still.
Does it actually go over from inters to the soft
So
tires?
that's the problem. It's different on different tracks. It's also depends on like if it's raining, because you can have it be like 50% raining, and it still be dry technically, because it doesn't fall in fully onto the track. It's really weird. They don't show you that value, like the wetness value of the track. So we're only getting like how much rain is happening. So it's really hard to judge it.
At least it's dry in the race, right?
I think it's gonna be dry. We'll see. Yep, it's dry.
You're not in the lobby yet?
No, I think you're the host, so you get in first. You have the privilege of being in first. Yeah.
Oh, there we go. There we go.
You have the. Yeah.
We had the privilege of having rain.
The privilege of going in there first. So now we play another game. How many of these drivers adjusted their setup for that rain, and how many just left it alone and was just trying to do a good lap time, right? Like that's the thing I want to know now, because you can't change it. Par for May. So if you set yourself up with like a bunch of downforce to make sure you had grip for qualifying, we might see it in the race. Par for May's on.
Par for May, yeah, no, it's off. It was in the. Is it on? I don't think it's on.
It should be on. Par for May is on.
No, the thing he said it was off.
No, it says it's on. It says it's on. We've never had that off. Oh, here we go though.
Oh no, it's on. It's on. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, and we got the delay, so you know. Oh, and we had a jump from Aguilera. Wait, that's weird because he's all the way in the back still. How'd that happen? Oh no.
I would be surprised about that he got a drive through, and then he was like, oh, I'm gonna slow down a little bit, trying to get that away. It's not gonna get away.
Yeah.
You know?
And he didn't get away there. We have Miller, William, MacT, all on hards. We have Elgo, Thomas, Cookie, Super, Kumar on mediums. We have Renzo on the hards. Let's see, is there any fighting? Looks
a little bit. Here comes Cookie down the inside.
Cookie's looking
Super Miso.
Yeah, Super Misimo. They're still side by side. Oh, Cookie there. Cookie gets in front. So if we look at position changes here, we could see Cookie getting 2 positions, but is fighting for this position with Super. Okay, it doesn't look like he's fighting with him anymore. We have Renzo there fighting in P8.
Oh,
with
and
Medi.
there goes Project. What's his name? Lennon? I think it's Lennon, isn't it? Lennon crashed out. Crashed out. He's got no broken front wing though, but he dropped back a couple of positions all the way from the midfield to P17 at the moment. And like,
wait, he took a broken wing? Is that what you said?
I don't think he did.
Oh, he just
on the inside now into turn 1. Oh, and he pushes. He forces the Mercedes driver a little bit wide. That was well cut. Had to go all the way onto the curb to avoid any incidents.
Yeah, it looks like this mid pack. We've had the mid pack has been the most entertaining in our events. Like they're scrapping almost the entire race, and it looks like it's happening again here with Ghosty taking the position from Kumar here. Probably not where he wanted to be. Having a good showing last weekend. And he's still fighting there with Kumar.
Go for it again, down the straight. Yeah. No DRS has been enabled yet, but it seems like there's a lot of straight line speed here in Sector 2.
Should be enabled in the next one.
I think it does. It's in lap 3, isn't it?
Lap 3, yeah. So you won't get it on the front straight. Oh, I guess the front straight doesn't have one. Did it used to have one? Maybe it never had one.
I think it did used to have one. I think it used to have one.
Yeah. And everybody's beating the fastest lap, but it looks like Thomas is actually going to keep it. That train from 1 to 5, I believe. And no, actually Cookie's in it too, so 6. 1 to 6. Miller still holding P1 with William in P2, the championship leader and the P2 in the championship together. We have Mac T and the new driver of Elgo looking to maybe try to disrupt that dominance of those two drivers.
You know what the positive thing is about the top 3 starting on the hards is that the guys behind them, they were slower during the qualifying, which might mean that they're also slower during the race. But them being on the pressure and the faster tire might mean that they are going to be holding up with the guys up front. That is going to create a way bigger battle between multiple guys rather than just the top 3 running away because they're on the same or the faster tire.
Yeah, we see there William actually getting past Miller. I slightly missed that. Yes, I think, and they'll be able to extend those tires out. Maybe they can even try to see if they can make it to the softs instead. You can maybe benefit from these hard runners and try to preserve some of the life of those tires.
Yeah, I think that is something you really want to do starting on the hard tires. You know, you want to stretch those hards for as long as possible, hoping for a late safety car, and then switching bang to the soft tires, and then you know you're gonna win the race.
Exactly. But we had their Miller switching in and getting in front of William already before the DRS zone, but we have a DRS zone here. He probably won't pass him here, but he'll most likely pass him through the second DRS zone after the chicane. And you can see as these these hard runners, they're causing, and we actually see there in the back, Thomas is getting a little bit impatient, and Cookie actually gets a little bit impatient with Thomas there. Thomas is not going to be happy with that little incident, but we have William there on the inside. He's going to get passed again in the same spot on Miller. And that train gets a little bit smaller because of that little bit of an incident with Cookie and Thomas.
Yeah, now Cookie is having his hands full with Nikolai. They've been going through Sector 2 and Sector 3 for a long time.
Still side by side.
Yep, still side by side. They went
still
through
side by
9,
side.
turn 11, turn 12, all side by side. And now in Sector 3,
and he finally gets to pass off. And I was watching the wrong driver this whole time. Nobody saw that. Mac T to win the race, calling it now. That is a bold statement there from David. I could see it happening though, with these two drivers fighting at the top, right? They're gonna be paying attention to each other. Mac T just has to be patient, and I think he can get it. I mean, he's not wrong. He has a chance. I mean, everybody has a chance still. We're only on lap 5 of 29. So.
How do they call it? You know, if two dogs are fighting for the same bone, the third one is going to run away with it?
Yeah, I mean, that's, I think, the idea here is Mac T has a good shot because those two are fighting it out.
Nikolai once again on the tail of Cookie.
Yeah, and you have Renzo there trying to hold off Cookie in this backfield. I saw somebody going a little bit wide there. Not sure who that was. But let's look now at the tires. So we have just 4 laps. Any penalties? 0. I didn't realize we have one driver on softs. We have Broken going
Oh, it's
fastest.
Hulk. He just came into the pits. He's coming to the pits. Hulk.
Yeah, he took a stop. So nobody was on softs. Okay, I did see that correct. He's just yeah, it was new. It's a new one, you know? Yeah, he took a stop, that's why. Yeah. I want to know cuz you know how Aguilera had that drive-through. I want to see that recovery drive. It is unfortunate, but
Are we
you know,
gonna
he
see
is
it,
on the
though? All
hards.
of these guys are having DRS of each other. They've got the go. They've got the
Slowing each other down.
Is it slowing each other down or is it bringing each other?
I guess it depends on how hard they're fighting, right?
Yeah, because he's also 5.2 seconds behind. So like, how much more time is he gonna need trying to get back to Ryder, and how fast is he gonna let him go through? And then he has to move up the positions quite fast. And I mean, we're already in lap 6 out of the 29, heading into lap 7. So he still has a lot of time. But like, if you think about it, he's 5 seconds down. He's in P19. Will he be making it into the top 10 is my question.
Maybe. I mean, the thing I'm curious about is we have a battle for first right now in the constructors with the Haas and the Red Bull team, and you can see they're both trying to, the second drivers are both trying to work their way through the mid pack right now. With Medi in P5, with gaining 5 positions and Nikolai gaining 6. So I'm curious what's going to happen there. What happened to Hulk? That's a good question. It's a good question. He came in late, started in the back, and I think he's just back there. I have no idea. The man came in and he's taking a Sunday drive, I think, instead. You know, that's not a bad thing. You know? Just go out there, drive out there, you know, have fun. The key is to have fun, right? So.
Yeah, true. Just chilling in the car.
Just chilling in the back.
Looking at the sunset here in Abu Dhabi is all you can wish for on a Saturday, well, evening for me. For a lot of you guys.
Oh, was in P15 and spun, so he was in a good spot originally. So he was working his way through. But you know, it's okay.
He's gonna get attacked from behind by Nikolai. Nikolai is catching up at the moment, 3/10, and he gets a 3-second time penalty. Renzo, that is gonna be the second driver with a penalty already. Oh, and we've got another driver, Thomas, dropping back a lot of positions. He's getting overtaken by a couple of guys now. Project Race
looks like he is. Well, it looks like he might be out here. Oh no, he might have just had a. He looks like he's back at pace again, so. Maybe something that seems to be getting a lot of these drivers with a little bit of overheating maybe on their tires. So then they're spinning out because of it. But we have the 1, 2, and 3 here working their way through. We actually missed Elgo getting past. So that happened. Oh, is he going to get past though? Is he going to get that position back? It looks like he is. And we have a virtual safety car.
There's Thomas again in sector 1 coming through.
There's Thomas again.
A very well-known corner where you're gonna be struggling with a lot of tire overheating. If your tires are over 100%, 100 degrees coming through turn 3, just forget it. You're gonna spin anyway. Like the more effort you're gonna do in not spinning out, you're even gonna spin out more likely coming through that part of the track. It's just I hate it going through that turn 3 when I'm racing.
And Hulk takes a drive-through for speeding under VSC. It looks like he's the only driver that got it though, which is nice because I hate seeing multiple drivers get drive-throughs. I hate seeing any drivers getting drive-throughs penalties for the speeding under safety car, but it does happen. You do have to keep that delta down.
True.
So we can see there the separation of Miller, William, and Mac T is happening. We can see there Thomas finally retiring out. I think he had a good chance, but there's a few little unfortunate stuff. Maybe something gets reported. We'll see. I am finished.
Oh, here comes the Alpine. getting past Kumar, coming through turn 5. And now the AlphaTauri is going to try and make the overtake on Kumar down the straight. DRS wide open. Kumar doesn't seem to have a lot of straight line speed. Here comes the AlphaTauri down the inside, makes the overtake into turn 6. Beautifully done by NLC. I'm not sure.
And while that was happening, Medi got past Elgo again. We'll see if they're going to just switch positions again. This has been a really good fight, though, P4. This fight, as you can see, is separating them from 1, 2, and 3, though. I think the medium tires are now losing their pace, though, too, right? So that's kind of the issue.
Yeah, I think the crossover point was already 2 laps ago, if I'm being honest, because that's when you really started seeing the top 3 running away from Medi and Elgo.
Yeah, Medi. Yeah, and you can see there Renzo and Nikolai, who are both on hards, are catching them as well. So now you can see Renzo in the DR zone and Nikolai shortly behind him. With him fighting with Cookie, though, has, I think, affected his pace a little bit.
Yeah, I think Cookie is just patiently waiting, trying to, you know, not drain his tires too much and maybe make an overtake work. I'm not sure if that is actually working here in Abu Dhabi, or maybe he's going to try and make an undercut and then maybe overtake on Nikolai and Renzo. You never know. You never know in Abu Dhabi. It's just that track where you, when starting on the mediums, you kind of have to hope for a safety car, because otherwise I think the hard mediums will be faster, the hard softs, I don't know. Here comes Cookie down straight, overtake, down the inside, and that is going to be moved on. Oh, wait!
Oh, no,
wait,
it's
they're
not!
crashing!
Oh!
Cookie drops back to the 11 at the moment.
I'm not sure who's at fault there. And we do have Renzo getting past there. Not the way he probably wanted to, that's for sure. And we have Super here on Elgo. They're on the outside. Heavy braking zone. Doesn't look like he's going to be able to finish that off. So Superissimo looking to work. These 3 have been fighting it out this whole time, and because of that, Renzo has caught up.
Yeah, and he's also on the hard tire, so that is not a good sign for these 3, because you're going to be on the slower tire at the end of the race, and he's going to be in the faster one. I mean, they will be able to kind of make the undercut, although they are ahead of Renzo. They will make a little bit of a gap to Renzo when they come into the pits.
When they do the pits. But then he'll have tire advantage afterwards, so...
Right. I think that the driver who is in the front of the 3, when Renzo has caught up on his faster tires, will be in the advantage, because Renzo first has to make the overtake on the 3rd driver, then on the 2nd driver, and then on the 1st driver of that little group. So, you know, you need to play this tactically, and now trying to make a switchback work there, Superissimo.
And I actually missed that. Miller getting a gap from Macti and William, and because of that, Macti finally getting to pass William there.
I think that might have been an incident, because there's no way you're going to be gaining 2.7 seconds in 1.5 laps.
Yeah, it might have been fighting, definitely. We did miss it. It's hard to know because those 3 have been just together the whole time. It's hard to know when you need to go back there.
Yeah, you never know when someone is going to be making a move. It could be a very unexpected one, for example, in turn 1. And then you're missing it. And then as a commentator, you're going back to that wall. You're seeing them move up and down. And you're like, oh, I missed it. I have to go back. And then you're going there, and then the move has already been done. It's full
Oh, it changed to full safety car. And Ghosty actually coming in for that. And Lungy also getting it. So getting that. And because of this... a full safety car. Oop, wrong one.
He just overtook the safety car in the pit lane. That was quite
Who
funny.
did? Oh, while it was trying to come out?
Yeah.
Wow. That's how fast he went in there. I've never actually seen that happen before. Somebody came into the pits and left the pits before the safety car did.
It's a session full of surprises. Now this,
with
race,
this, The one thing nice about this safety car for a few of the drivers, one of them being Aguilera now, gets to pit, now has a chance to work back into the points that you were talking about where he might not be able to. But now with this safety car, it's going to bring all of the drivers back together.
He's on a medium
and allow him to have
so
a chance.
My question is, will he be able to, I mean, still be competitive on those medium tires at the end of the race? Because, I mean, he'll have to
Not at the end. Not at the end. I think you're hoping for maybe another safety car or even just a VSC, but you can see there the front three are pitting. They're going to go onto the mediums as well. I think we might be looking at a two-stopper here. This might be a two-stopper race, but we'll find out. I think they can extend these out. I think it's more of, do all of these drivers extend this race out or not? I think if somebody goes in for a two-stopper that's close to the front, maybe then people react to it. So it's more of that kind of game, right? It's like everybody's just gonna stay out on these old tires. We're all gonna race to the end on old tires.
And then the hard tires are in the advantage.
I think, yeah, the hard tire drivers now have the advantage where originally the drivers who were on were going from hard to medium had the advantage. I think now the hard runners have the advantage.
100%.
But that's only late into the race, right? So they're gonna still have to survive the restart. These medium runners are gonna have better tires and everything. So
they just need to be within 1 second.
Yeah.
For 2 laps, and then they're gonna have the DRS. So I think that DRS will definitely help them to keep the toe.
Help them stay there. Yeah. And that's all they're really trying to do, right? Is you want to just stay with them, and you're just trying to get to that stage, right, where the tire grip levels kind of swap, and you get this switch over from the mediums to the hards, who has the pace advantage. So we'll see. I think these hard runners, and everybody who's on hards now, I think are in a little bit of a better spot. The medium runners have the advantage of position because they're a lot of these guys like Renzo and Nikolai. I think they're going to be looking to try to get in front of these hard runners on the race restart. And then it's more of like all these hards just trying to stay with them, just trying to stay together. All right. So somebody in the chat saying there's a bunch of Norwegian drivers, but no Finnish drivers. Yeah, I don't think we have a single Finnish driver, but we have 3 or 4 Norwegian drivers.
Wasn't that something about the Scandinavian countries that they don't like each other? Isn't that something? I think
I don't know. That's a good question.
I think it is Norway and Sweden, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think it's Finn. I mean, it could be.
You don't think it's all of them?
No, I don't think it's all of that. I think it's definitely Norway and Sweden. I'm not sure though.
Oh yeah, I could see
it's
that.
Like my country in the Netherlands, you know, Renzo,
yeah,
who is from the Netherlands.
Yeah.
I mean, the Dutch and the Belgians. it's either a hit or a miss, you know.
Yeah. So with Verstappen being both, do you have to hate and love him at the same time?
Oh no! I don't. You know, I'm actually mad at Verstappen for not choosing the Belgian nationality.
Oh yes, so the Belgians are gonna be upset, right? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. But there's actually 3 drivers who are Belgian on the grid. I don't know if you know.
On our grid?
No, like
in real life, that are Belgian, but they run a different flag. Is that what it is?
Can you take a guess? Can you take a guess who it is?
Well, it's Verstappen, obviously, because we just talked about him.
Yeah, he's one of them. And then 2 others.
That's Belgian, but is racing another flag.
Yeah. Should I give a tip? One race is under the Canadian flag, and one race is under the,
Lance Stroll? Is he really?
Yeah.
And then what's the other one?
Belgian.
Oh, his mom's
Lando
Belgian. And Lando. Oh, Lando Norris is also Belgian.
Yeah, his mom is also.
But he's also English or
British. Yeah,
British.
Yeah, correct.
I don't know if he's actually English. Belgian and British. Yeah, that's the same with what's the name? Albon. He's British and Thai.
any races under the Thai flag. So.
Yeah.
I
All
mean, the
right.
British have enough drivers
With that
already,
quick
so.
real life F1 summary, they're going back to racing here.
Seems like a pretty good restart.
Yeah,
If you
good
ask me,
restart
he will
here.
practice.
Oh, William looking like he got a pretty decent jump. It might have been just MacT getting a slow start, but it looks like he regained it again. So it's all good. So Elgo and Super are on the hard, so that's something to keep an eye on with Renzo and Nikolai. But Nikolai still has to get past Medi, and who's been showing has been a really good showing here, and that's all two important points there with the Haas and Red Bulls both fighting for the championship. But it looks like he's gonna get past him. He does get past him. Nikolai already getting past him, and this is what I was talking about with the medium runners. So they're gonna get the advantage of the faster tires. Kumar taking a penalty.
You know what I do love to see is that Renzo, after, I mean, I'm not going to say disappointing qualifying, but like P13 is not great.
Yeah.
He managed to climb up back to P6, he gained 7 positions together with Nikolai also
Yeah.
gaining 7 positions. So that is something that I do love to see when drivers are, you know, not able to do
Yeah.
a good qualifying session. They do tend to live up to their expectations and gain a lot of time or a lot of positions during the race. But
Yeah.
that's something I do admire about some drivers here in DZP.
Yeah, and I think some of that could come down to your setup, because the rain, obviously, you have Park for Mayon. How much do you sacrifice in your quali? Maybe they sacrificed a little bit too much and ended up having to fight a little bit harder, but you know, it's paying off now being into P6. But we have their Landon on Ghosty, so Landon gets past Ghosty.
He also has the fastest first sector, so I think he's definitely.
He's
pushing
flying.
ahead
He's
here
trying to get
get
through.
back to the top 8. And then he's got Medi right in front of him. He will also make that overtake. Down the inside he goes.
Wow, and he takes another. I think he's just trying to take advantage of the safety car, right? Because right now, any positions you gain, it's so much, right? Because everybody's so close to each other. But Renzo, they're getting taken from Nikolai, so Nikolai now goes into. Oh well, it's still fighting though. Oh no, he was actually catching up to Elgo there. Oh, they're really close. Super it's creating a bit of a train now here.
Yeah, a little DRS train with about
Little
6,
DRS
7
train.
drivers.
Yeah. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have DRS now enabled, so these medium runners are going to get to do what they want to do best, which is get past these hard runners.
Yeah, true. But I feel like Abu Dhabi is not a very easy track to overtake. I mean, you've got.
You just have
one
the
or
back
two
straight, really.
corners. Yeah, I mean, you've got 1 or 2 corners, which you would say, yeah, I mean, the overtake is easy through that part of the track.
A
Turn
VSC
5,
again?
9. And through Sector 3, you don't have, I mean, any overtaking opportunities. That is just unfortunate. Yeah, VSC
Oh.
again. Indeed.
Yeah,
12 more left
another
to go.
VSC. It's a tricky one, too, because you don't want to get caught out. Is Elgo going too fast? He's really far up there. Was he that far ahead when it triggered?
I think so.
I just don't want any of these guys to go to drive-through. I really hate it when it happens.
It did happen.
Oh, and Paul gets one. We get another one. One on each of those virtuals. I don't know where to be. Where are we going to be? Renzo?
Yeah, I was just on board with him. That's all right.
Yeah.
And as we're going further into the race, towards the end, we're going to be seeing some more penalties, I think. Some drivers
Yeah,
are
few.
trying to push everything to the limits, trying to, you know, make the overtake.
Yeah.
They're going to cut the corner or going to go too fast through the exit, having a little bit too much understeer. And yeah, that's when you catch these warnings very quickly. And you only need 3 for a 3-second time penalty. There we go. There's
There it
one.
is again.
But it's
Renzo,
yeah.
Renzo is the only driver in the top 10 that has the penalty. So he's kind of hoping probably that a few of these drivers get pushed a little bit too far, you know, while protecting their position, maybe take a penalty as well. And I think some of them probably are close to it. I would assume they are. This is a track. We have their Landon taking Renzo. Oh my gosh. Talk about calculating your braking point right there.
It did have a little bit of a tap, but I don't think it
Oh,
was
did
too
he?
serious.
On my screen, it didn't. He didn't touch it at all. Interesting.
I don't
Okay.
think it was damage.
Yeah, I didn't see any touch on mine. It just looked like he got really close.
Another
And he
3
takes
second
another
time
one.
for Renzo.
Renzo takes another one. It's not what he wants. He definitely doesn't want a safety car now. The safety car out of you just don't want that anymore. That's just something you don't want. Broken going even faster. He's out there on cruise control. We saw that William, or we missed their William passing Macti. But I'm sorry, this super bus train thing that we're in is just too entertaining. It's too entertaining.
The super bus train.
I don't know what this is. This thing's long. It's like from 4 to, I don't even know, 11? 8, 10?
Yeah, 10.
It's 4 to 10. It's all the points behind Podium. They're all attached to each other. Renzo actually taking the position back there from Landon. And actually, Landon is getting taken. And Medi just takes 2, but Landon actually says, no, I'm going to wait and brake late. And he takes that 1 position back. But Medi does take 1 from Renzo.
Yeah, Superissimo, as I was looking at a little bit up front. Superissimo
Medi.
making the overtake on Elgo too, so.
Oh, nice. And Medi takes that position back from Landon. So right back there in there. Again, Kumar taking the penalty.
Time to the group though. They did lose about 1.4 seconds at the moment. They're
They're separating.
Not having anymore from that little toe up ahead. So I'm not sure if that was the best way to do it. I mean, the best corner section to do it. Did lose a bit of time.
Yeah, definitely did lose it. But Nikolai is still going to be trying to fight through there, right? So that's probably going to slow them down a bit. And these 4 drivers will catch back up.
Correct.
But because... Oh, this is the crossover for those mediums already happening?
Yeah, I would say we saw it last stint we saw the same thing happening when
happened pretty early, right?
Was there. Yeah, it was around lap 7, lap 8 when medium tires were getting slower and slower. But
yeah, and it's 7 again. You think it would be a little bit delayed though, right? Oh, what is that? Somebody just forgot where the corner was?
I think so. Then on the other hand, I'm looking at Superissimo, who is 5.3 seconds behind McAtee, and like 1 lap ago he was 4 seconds behind McAtee. So I'm like, yeah, he's not really gaining too much time if you ask me. 5.5 coming through sector 2. So I don't think it's a crossover point yet, but I think that will be next lap or the lap after.
Maybe. Miller doing a really good drive up front. We haven't really watched him, but he's been up there. He's kept his gap around 2 seconds this whole time. He can't afford a penalty, but I think it is a good enough gap to protect you from like these random spurts where people are trying to get into your DRS. It's usually around 2 seconds. You're pretty safe. You can usually respond to somebody pushing.
Yeah, and even if he would get a penalty, you know, he's already got a 2 second buffer. So I'm like,
yeah,
he just needs to push a little bit more. But on the other hand, if for example, broken Hiller,
and there it is.
Oh.
There it is. That's the. There is no way these medium runners don't pit. Like they're going pitting, and we're going for softs. Every single one of these drivers are probably just going to jump in for softs. I don't think you risk it.
Or mediums.
Or mediums, yeah.
I mean, here's the
mediums.
Thing, right? We see that the 8-lap-old mediums are getting slower already. So
they are.
The thing you're asking yourself is, do you want to get well, do you want to be faster at the end of the race or at the beginning? I mean, at the end of the stint. Or
The
at
beginning.
The beginning of the stint. Yeah.
I want to be
think if
faster in the beginning. The car is significantly lighter too. That's the thing you got to remember going into this. We're
Right,
not
that's true.
going to start, so we're on 21, but we're going into 22. So the earliest we can start a lap will be 23.
24.
But in reality, it'll be closer to 24, which means you don't have that many laps. So I expect these
True.
drivers to come in. Anybody that stays out is going to be heavily vulnerable to softs, because I think all these drivers are going to go on softs or mediums. You can also take a medium. Like, the mediums aren't bad, but the tire advantage is going to be huge, and we've seen it. Oh, they'll go because they were so close. He hit the braking board. And is anybody going to get hurt from a double stack here? Is there? No, it's like the teams are kind of spread out, right? They're spread out pretty well.
Yeah, and also Haas, I think they had the fewest amount of positions in between each other.
Yeah.
Miller was already like a couple of seconds ahead, so I don't think
He's not enjoying that, no.
on the goal for.
He was on a.
goal plug.
Yeah, he was on like a nice little cruise, and now he's got to re-worry about drivers again.
Right. Yeah. I mean, he had the pace though. He was able to pull away 2 times already, so will he be able to do that a 3rd time? I think it will be, because the guys behind him won't have the DRS.
3rd time's the charm,
They will be
right?
Battling. Yeah. I mean, it was a charm already 2 times ago, so.
Yeah. Right, here we go. I'm gonna try to get the driver of the day poll ready as we wait for this safety car.
I'll do a little bit of a fun fact minute during the safety car. I could think if I have a funny fact about Abu Dhabi. Oh yeah. Well, it's a little anecdote, but a buddy of mine, he lives in Abu Dhabi, and he actually goes here each week, or like at least once a month, to drive with his bicycle on this track. And he says it's actually quite fun driving with his bicycle.
Nice. That sounds like a fun one. It's really long.
Yeah. It is really long, and I mean, it takes some time, but on the other hand, you know, you can play around a little bit coming through the corners almost flat out on your bike. You know, you really want to be. I mean, I don't know if it's actually a race you're doing against other bicycle people, but that would be quite
I didn't even think about that. I thought it was just like you pay a little bit to just ride your bike on it, because I wouldn't mind doing that. You know, it'd be fun. You know, get a bunch of laps in. You know, it's a good distance. You don't have to worry about cars or anything.
I mean, in a perfect world, you shouldn't be worrying about cars anywhere. But
I mean, you're from Belgium, so you have not seen our paths. They're pretty scary sometimes.
Oh, I have.
Ours aren't as good as yours, okay? We worry.
No, honestly, I think driving with a bicycle is not meant to be for the United States.
What? I mean, yeah, it is. It's not designed
not
right,
at least not in the big cities, right? In the big cities, it's all right, but in the small cities, I don't know about that, mate.
I mean, most of them, they're not very good.
Where was I again last year? Oh, I was in Orlando. That was no place for bicycles.
Okay.
There's no place for bicycles. Fun
All right.
I liked it quite a bit.
So we are here. Safety car in, lap 24, as we said. So it is giving us a decent amount of laps, at least. About 5.
Yeah, it was 6 actually. 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. Yeah.
Yeah, so 6 laps. So the softs will die, but it'll be dying, so it'll be fine.
You're all gonna die together.
They're gonna die together. Yeah, the medium runners by the time those die, they're not going to get an advantage from the mediums. So
May agree to disagree. I think he might
agree
be
to
able
disagree.
I
You
think he
can
might be
agree to
going back.
disagree all you want.
I mean,
All right, here we go.
I guess he's gonna show us wrong. I mean, show you wrong, not me, of course.
He's just showing me wrong. We actually, in the back, I saw Nikolai looking. Oh no, he didn't go for it. Didn't go for attack. Landon there, really close actually to Elgo. I saw it go down to 0.1, which is pretty close. We have a, looks like, Cookie? Yeah, I think it's Cookie back there. Oh, Landon gets shoved out to the edge, but he gets back on there. Luckily, there was that extra. Oh, they're elbowing each other. I don't think you're supposed to do that with these cars. And Nikolai, Nikolai on the inside, and we have their Landon actually getting that pass off. Nikolai now going to be looking to try to get past. Right now, we are just starting back up, which means there is no DRS right now. We are just doing a restart. So they're doing these passes under their own power.
It's just straight line speed. That is the thing. If you want to make a move in Sector 2, you just have to have more straight line speed than the other guy without yours. You know, that's just it.
You just do. It seems like a lot of these drivers did balance their stuff out really well, with Miller going fastest 122.955. So just proving that he is the fastest still on this track. He had fastest lap and he still has fastest lap. Has not changed.
But on the other hand, he's not able to pull away from William.
Not able to pull away from William. Not at all.
But if you see that top 3, they are already pulling away. Like Superissimo would not have the DRS coming into the lane.
Superissimo not gonna have
retires from the session. I think he crashed out. No, he retired on training. I don't know if that's allowed actually. Is it allowed?
I mean, it is and it isn't. I think he's lapped too many times. I think he's doing everybody a favor. I think right now by just getting out of the way. Yeah. He should be doing it into the pits, but you know.
So much effort for what?
Hey, he did a lot of work just to get there, so yeah. He just finished it out. Time to get to the spot.
Oh,
that is not good, right? From what I remember, that's not a good thing.
Nope.
Let's look at DRS now enabled. Yes. So he has a 3, which is still fine from Renzo because Renzo has 6. So he is actually still safe. But now he's under threat from Nikolai there. So Nikolai now has a chance to gain a position because of that.
Yeah, and let's put ourselves in Nikolai's POV, right?
Yep.
Do you want to take the risk and make the overtake on both Renzo or Elgo, or do you just wait till you cross the finish line? It's 3 more laps. You're gonna get those 2 positions anyway.
And the driver in front of that looks like he's actually going to be trying to go for super. I mean, maybe you go for the attempt, but you do it safely. Elgo takes another one, so yes, you do. You don't actually have to at all now. But we have their Landon going past 4P4. Huge one. I think he has, 11 positions there.
That is crazy. That is great.
That is huge. And
he was the one who didn't make it across the line in time.
He didn't.
Right?
No, he didn't. Yeah.
Makes
sense.
Yeah. So many positions, but on the other hand,
you still have to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. True.
All right. So the driver of the day poll is up. Vote for who you think is driver of the day.
I think we all know who's gonna get the driver of the day vote.
Me, right? Me. The commentators.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because we were driving this conversation.
Oh,
Oh, and we just lost all of our votes again.
that's
It's
on
gone.
you, mate. That's on you.
Out of the window. Super looking to attack back, I think, on Lannon here. And he does take that position back. So now back down to P5. So the Superissimo doing a really good job here. These two are fighting it out for that last, that P4. And William has been able to keep up there. So we got to keep an eye on that just in case. But it looks like Landon does get that pass back. So he is in P4 again. It's that double DRS. It's a bit awkward, right? Because if you pass them in the first DRS zone, it's highly likely that you get passed back in the second DRS zone.
You
So
know what I
it's-
think? You know, if going through sector 3 and sector sector 1, the lap before, right? You need to save a lot of ERS, and then when you make the overtake down the first straight, you're up ahead. The guy behind you will have the DRS, but if you just drain all of your ERS coming through that second straight, I think you will be able to keep it ahead of the guy behind you, and then just drain all of the other ERS and go as fast as possible through sector 3 to try and create a gap.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah,
that,
but
that
wouldn't-
should be the way to do it.
But wouldn't it be easier to just stay behind him, do the first one, and then just get him on the second one? The second DRS zone.
I mean, yeah, that is also. But then
That
of
is
course you
also-
have. I mean, you could have the other guy draining all of the
True. It does become a DRS battle, and this is or a ERS battle, and this is a track that actually the ERS is hard to collect because of the two long straights. They just slightly drain your battery the whole time.
Oh, I think that is what's going on here at the moment with the top two. Broken. I mean, Miller still having about 50%. William has less than 10%. He's trying to stick to the toe, but he just doesn't.
He wasn't able to. Yeah,
Nope.
and he's just Miller showing his dominance today. We saw William do it last weekend, and I think Miller's doing it this weekend. This is what they like to do. They just they keep switching off on tracks. Who's gonna be the dominant driver today?
So, if I'm correct, the championship leader is not in the session, is he?
He is William.
Oh, he is the championship leader, right?
Yes, he is the championship leader. He's also the reigning champ.
Okay.
Yeah, so he's doing that. We have here Super looking to pass, gets past him, and I think we're just gonna do another rinse and repeat here, where we just go back. I have a high prediction that Landon is gonna pass him here again. But I would assume.
Oh, with the fake. Oh, with the
He does the
fake.
dummy fake, and actually, Elgo's like, I want two. Elgo, is he gonna get it? He's actually no, not yet. No. Oh, there's a little bit of popping, Yeah, Elgo's getting a bit aggressive here because he wants it, but we gotta go up to the front. P1. We have Miller here coming across the line, and he's gonna win it in Abu Dhabi. William takes P2. We have Mac T here coming into P3 with Lannon just barely getting it on. And we have a spin
What
there.
happened to Renzo?
I don't.
Oh,
He
no.
got spun. He spun out right in front of it. Oh
And he didn't take the
no.
position from Elgo. Oh no, he had the 6-second time penalty anyway. Never mind.
Oh yeah, he just had the 6 second. You're right. That's what actually happened. He did pass the line. He had 6 seconds of penalties.
Did he have 6 seconds though?
He did have
I
6.
think it was
He had
Elgo
6.
who had 6 seconds.
They both did. They both had 3. Or they had
But
6.
then again, how is he 3 seconds behind?
What do you mean?
I mean, he was. So if they would have equal penalties, they wouldn't be.
Well, he
3
spun.
seconds behind each other.
He spun at the
Oh.
end, so he didn't pass the line immediately. And we had there Landon there getting driver of the day from the game. But we have here the winner of the Abu Dhabi Grand Prix is going to be Miller. He showed some pretty good dominance there.
Yeah, the only driver to put a 122.9, or at least a 122
Yeah.
as fast lap. He was definitely the better driver here. He showed dominance, he showed great pace, he showed consistency, qualifying in P1, finishing in P1 with the fastest lap. You couldn't ask more from a driver than this.
Yeah, you could not. Also, both Macti and William, they were able to keep up with him, right? But I think just Miller was able to really manage that, right? He was able to keep that gap at like 2, so those two could never really catch back up. And he did a really good job there with that. And then we had Landon there coming from 15th all the way up to 4th. So it was a huge drive from him, being able to get into P4. And then Superissimo just, he started in 6th, gets it to 5th, so it does gain a position there with Nikolai. Actually, that's actually really important points there for the championship, being able to get into 6th, with the Haas getting P10 there, so not being able to. I think he was in a really good spot, but I mean, as we saw, from 4th all the way to 10th, we didn't know where those drivers were going to end up sitting at the end of the day.
True.
Because of
I
it.
definitely didn't have Lennon in P4, if I'm being honest.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, he was in 15th, right? So he had to really work. I think the safety cars played a little bit into his favor, as we saw. Like, he kept gaining more, but I mean, a lot of the drivers gained advantage from that. So, but I think he was able to benefit the most from it. And that's why he was able to get it. Correct.
Well, still a great race, though. I mean, nevertheless.
It was a very good race, and I tried to try to be at the right spot. Abu Dhabi is one of those hard tracks because you don't know which DRS train you should be following, and when somebody's gonna pass. So you try to just get there. The top 3, I think they were very civil with each other, and they didn't really. When there was a pass, I think it was just DRS passing. It wasn't really any heavy passing, which is smart to do, right? Because they all pretty much got a podium. They knew it from early on. Every time they did a reset, because they were just able to push themselves away from the pack every time.
Yeah, I mean, there is a lot of risk with making the overtake not down the straight. Like, why not just take the overtake down the straight, right?
Yeah, I mean, that's probably your best one. And like you're saying, your best bet is to just wait for that and then just pass on the DRS straight.
Okay.
I mean, I think some of it is a little bit of impatience, or maybe they're trying to gain more than that. We saw Landon do it a few times with the tire advantages, trying to not just gain one, but gain a few when he gets past. So, I don't blame him.
No, true.
But yeah, you do. Sometimes you lose a lot of positions, right? So I think a few of them did that. And we saw the top 3, they were able to keep themselves away from it because they were constantly just not really fighting each other. If they were fighting, it was through the DRS zone, which helped them stay away from the rest of the pack, because you didn't want to get into that. They didn't want to get trapped in a 1 through 10 train, DRS train.
No,
that would have just been bad. Yeah, anybody. I think we saw a few incidences. It does happen, right? As you have multiple drivers trying to jostle for position. You will get people making mistakes. It's just inevitable. But
right.
Yeah, I think overall, let's end the poll. Right. And we have a tie, though.
Ooh.
We do have a tie.
Let us decide.
You want us to decide? Or would we just send another vote? We just do another poll with the people here. Let's just do another poll of the day.
Who is it between, though?
Miller and William.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I mean, Yeah. So another poll round 2.
Let me vote too. I wanna add my vote
Yeah.
too. Is it on
Yeah,
the
go
YouTube
vote.
or is it on
Yeah, it's on
Twitch?
YouTube. It's on
What
the
YouTube?
YouTube.
Also YouTube.
I think I should win. I think you should have won too, but you should have made like 7 fake accounts. Okay.
All right, let me have a
This
quick
is
look.
looking
All right, I'm
more
gonna
lopsided
do
now.
it right now. Okay, driver of the day. Wait, no, wasn't it Lennon? You put William.
Yeah, because it was out of Miller and William.
Oh, I thought it was Lennon. Why didn't he get the driver of the day?
I don't know.
That is a shame.
Yeah.
He's had
People are
such a good
biased.
comeback race.
People are biased towards these two.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
I'll give my vote to Miller though, although I voted for
Yeah.
William. I pressed the wrong button. I thought it was Lennon, and then I saw the name, and I was like, "No, that's not the one I'm voting for."
That's not the one I'm voting for. Yeah. Lennon, you get the commentator's driver of the day. That's for sure.
Correct.
We'll give it to you. But the chat wanted the 2 guys up front, I guess, because they were really fast. Sure. Exactly. Why didn't I don't know, man. I don't know.
Just reading the chat real quick because I haven't been.
This is why you don't let people vote. It's just it never works out.
No, the one that doesn't deserve it gets it,
Yeah.
Ah,
Talking about
that's a joke,
Miller?
that's a joke.
Yeah. Of course he doesn't deserve
No,
it.
I mean,
He
he
only
does deserve
he
I mean,
only got pole, won the race, and got fastest lap.
that doesn't matter. That doesn't matter.
Oh
It's all
man.
rookie numbers,
His rookie numbers.
Yeah.
I'll take that. Do my own card now. Discard. Yeah. Here, let's end that. All right, so Miller does win it. So he wins all of it. So it's another boring weekend in the creative graphic department for me.
It's just the same graphic.
It's the same guy over and over. Landon, I'm gonna make something for you. Don't worry. You deserve it. What was that? 11 positions? Something like that.
I think it was.
Yeah, I got you. You're getting a card regardless. You know why? Because I'm just making up the rules. The rules are changing. He might be driver of the day, but you're getting a card as well. It's driver of the day. I win commentator's driver of the day. Just make it up a thing. Commentator's driver of the day. Man.
I would say it's worth more than a normal driver of the day, commentator.
Yeah, because who cares about what the audience thinks? They don't know anything, right?
Right. They were racing and they were doing some other stuff
Exactly.
probably. We were here busy watching the whole race,
We're busy
We
watching
saw
that.
everything in detail.
We did. And sometimes we didn't because the game gave us the weird cockpit views that they have in the game.
Yo, those are the worst. Sometimes those aren't even the worst. The ones where you're just looking at the tire, those are the worst.
Oh yeah, because they're trying to do it for a pass, right? So then it's like, but then it's like the wrong tire. So then you're like looking at it from the outside. Yeah, the wrong side of them. So you're like, what?
Crazy.
Even though you're part of it. Yeah, I mean that was the point. Landon is, I'm making fun of the people who are actually here. But yeah, I think that is it. We've rambled a bit, but I was your host, Steve On. I was here with Thomas.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much.
this was the Champions Series Season 4, Round 6 at Abu Dhabi. Brought to you by Delta Zero Productions. And we'll see you guys all next time.
Peace
Bye.
out.